I'm celebrity menswear stylist Ashley Weston, joined by Dorian.
Hey, good to see everyone. So today, Ash, we're talking about the 7 grooming hacks that women will notice. But before we get into that though,
Yes.
there is a whole grooming series that we did a little while ago that goes into all the details of products, techniques, things to watch out for, things to do, depending on your skin type, face shape, etc., etc. Check that out, we'll link that below.
So first one out of the gate is bad breath. I mean, this is a very obvious one, but I think sometimes people, I would say myself, sometimes included, you don't know that you have bad breath. And so you just want to make sure, test it every, couple days, make sure
How do you test?
Just blow into your hand, And sometimes you could taste bad breath. So it's just really important to just make sure that it's one of those things that's easy enough to resolve and to figure out. So, brushing regularly, flossing,
using some mouthwash maybe.
But if it still persists, then clearly it's a bigger issue.
Larger issue, yeah.
Yeah, and you should definitely go see your dentist at that point.
Yeah, worst case scenario, keep a little gum or some mints with you at all times, and if you think it's been a little bit and your mouth's maybe a little dry or you just ate something and you're like, okay, probably not the freshest, pop that in and you're at least good to go. So women will absolutely notice that first thing out the gate, because walking up and that's just no. And the next one, hand care. It's important. Men possibly don't think it is, but to women, it's pretty...
What do you mean when you say hand care?
Handies?
We're gonna get very specific
Perhaps
here.
not. No, specifically if you have like dry hands, cracked hands, especially in the winter months, that happens to the best of us.
Long fingernails.
The long, jagged, dirty fingernails. I mean, I'm not a woman and I dry heave a little bit when I see a guy with long, gross fingernails. Like, bro.
Or opposite end, people that bite their fingernails frequently, so it's like really down to the nub. All women, myself included, one of the first things that we see outside of obviously appearance, breath, because you can smell that, and shoes, it's going to be your hands. So it's really, really important to keep them in check and make sure they are looking spotless, because otherwise it's a really big turnoff and it just instantly makes you look dirty.
And Ash, number 5 on the list is, can you take a wild guess?
Yes, because I know what the list is. Hair.
Well, groomed hair, making sure your hair is groomed, well kempt, is a big one women will absolutely notice because, well, moneymaker here. Also here, right next to it.
No one wants to see dandruff, oily hair, hair that's way too shaggy because it's overgrown and it's long due for a haircut. So keep it in check and don't gross out people.
There's a couple different actually hacks for this. Obviously you want to find good products, but at the same time you probably don't need to be washing your hair as much as you think you do. So if you have dandruff problems or dry, just scalp in general, you might not have to wash your hair as much as you think. Again, whole video and article done specifically about this, but generally you just want to make sure your hair is relatively clean.
All right, so next up is overly dry or overly oily facial skin. So again, your face is one of the first things someone notices. So you want to make sure it's looking its best, and if it's overly oily or super dry, all you have to do is invest in the right cleanser and the right moisturizer to address your skin issues.
Articles and videos to specific items with recommendations, budget, everything under the sun, all linked below. Definitely check it out. It's a small price to pay for not repulsing women, as Ashley would say.
I mean, it's your face. Come on, guys.
Can't really hide that one.
The next one is the right smell or your smell.
Your stink.
So, I mean, it should go without saying, you should always wear a deodorant or an antiperspirant, but I would say deodorant, because you can at least control your body odors. But then as far as your smell in terms of cologne, I mean, already you're using a body wash, a shampoo,
that are always
your detergent,
scented.
laundry detergent,
scented.
All of that has a scent. And so honestly, women don't really care for the most part if you wear cologne or not. And actually, more often than not, your cologne can be a hindrance and can actually be very distracting.
Repulsing.
Especially if women are super sensitive to scents. So I would say you don't even need to do the cologne because the scent that's already on you, women are gonna love that.
And remember guys, just because you can't smell it doesn't mean other people can't. Your nose gets used to scents and you won't be able to tell after not very long anyways. But if you do want to wear cologne, totally fine. Just go with less than you think. If you smell it after a little while, I'd say 20 to 30 minutes, it's too strong. You need to go
just
much
do a
lower.
dab, one dab.
Just
put a little dab on your fingertip. Here, done.
Very subtle at most, yeah. And the second to last point is lip care. This might be an afterthought for some guys, I think. You know, they think, oh, well, my lips are just currently chapped and a little dry. Maybe just
Peely.
lick them a little more, add some more water.
That's just going to dry it out even
It makes
more.
it makes it worse, yeah, absolutely. So the thing women will absolutely notice, because it's, well, on your face, is if you have like dry, cracked lips or,
No one wants to get near that.
No, it's really gross.
Especially if you're trying to impress a woman, she's not going to want to kiss your lips looking that disastrous.
Just have some chapstick on already. You can use whatever you want. Be careful. A lot of them have been shown to be addictive as far as like them having like metals in it. Carmex, I know, is one of them. So maybe get like some Cetaphil or like Burt's Bees, although some people say Burt's Bees is also addictive. So we'll list a couple non-addictive ones below. But frankly, anything's better than nothing if you really have dry or chapped lips.
Just make sure it's not glossy. And the final point is...
Numero uno, actually.
Numero uno.
Number
so
one.
it is all about facial hair. So I want to just first be very clear with you all. Facial hair is a privilege, not a right. So it's really important to make sure that if you are going to have some facial hair, you keep it in check, you get it groomed regularly, you don't let it get all patchy and gross and hairy in some parts because it's growing at different uneven paces. Like, you gotta make sure it's in check and you have to tend to it.
And also, you have to remember, you need to keep the skin underneath it nourished and, well, also looking good, because just like your scalp hair, if your facial hair has dry skin underneath, guess what happens? Dandruff, flaky, yeah.
Oh my God, that's making me really nauseous.
I don't think a lot of guys think about that. She's been kind of teetering on being sick today. Maybe not quite the visual you were looking for.
Ugh.
Anyways, guys, so we did a whole video and article about beard styles and facial hair styles that women love and hate. It's very polarizing. You should definitely check it out. I was a little bit more having fun, and then people are just crazy triggered in the comments. So,
but if you're gonna have facial hair, please keep it in check.
Yeah, that's it. It's pretty simple. Go for whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's what you're comfortable with and what helps you exude confidence. That matters more than anything else. All right, guys. Let's see. Thumbs up if you liked it. Subs if you loved it. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.